Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Hi, hello, and welcome to my bunny show. Why is there a pee outside the litter box? I have come here today, naked and afraid, to show you all that this is what my bunny setup actually looks like for a majority of the time. Here it is, the mess for you all to witness. Rabbits do pee, believe it or not. They do poop, believe it or not. Yeah, I just didn't want to contribute to that unrealistic standard of rabbits always never leaving a poop in sight. I used to meme and joke about it, but I am part of the problem because people have been asking me, like, how do you perfectly litter train your rabbits? And the answer is you don't, because they can't be. At least not all rabbits. At least mine aren't. Some people say that their rabbits are perfectly litter trained, and that's great for you. That's just not my experience at all, and that's just not my rabbits. Peed here, but straight up mean to me. Yeah, even that first video that I filmed, I got a lot of comments saying, oh, that's disgusting, or oh, like, you should litter train your rabbits. And the thing is, they are litter trained. They don't pee outside of the litter box, and you may find that as well. Your version of litter training might be that your rabbits don't pee outside the litter box, but they will still poop outside. Again, with every rabbit, it's different. They have different litter training habits, different personalities, and I've definitely experienced that between all three of my rabbits. If you've owned more than one rabbit, you'll know that not all their behaviors or their litter training habits or their personalities will be exactly the same as each other. So you need to take this little hill and you just shove it in there for them to know that that's where they're supposed to pee. For instance, with Cookie, before he was neutered, he was extremely territorial. He would spray pee around, and he would poop territorially as well. When I compared him to Ash and Milky, I would always point out, oh my gosh, like, they're so good. Look at their litter training habits. And that's just because they were neutered versus Cookie, who was not neutered. Even though they did territorially poop a little bit, it wasn't as much as Cookie, who was not neutered. That's also another thing that people suspected with my rabbits. When I posted my reality and free roaming video, they were saying that my rabbits weren't litter trained and they weren't neutered, which they're all litter trained, they're all neutered. Even though they are neutered, even though they are litter trained, they will still poop or pee outside of the litter box, and that's completely normal. It's normal, and I'll explain why. He's like, how are they supposed to know that this is my house if you can't see my poop around? So after Cookie was neutered, honestly, his litter training habits was the best out of all three of them. He will sometimes kick a few poops out of the litter box, which is very normal for rabbits. They may poop around the litter box. Don't feel bad if your rabbit isn't perfectly litter trained. Not all of them have that kind of personality where they're perfectly litter trained. They may always pee in the litter box. They may leave a few stray poops outside. Sleep over here. Thank you. The key to litter training, though, is consistency and just constant cleaning. I clean every day when I wake up. My rabbits will mostly poop majority of the time at night. Not sure why, it's probably because they're most active at night for me. And then I'll clean up after them in the morning. And then the house stays clean while I'm awake. They usually are just sleeping the whole time. That's my routine with my rabbits. This is what it looks like when I wake up, when they've been causing a ruckus in the middle of the night. Rabbits are very smart and intelligent animals. They like to keep clean, and they will often pee and poop in the same spot. So it does get problematic when they choose a spot that's not the litter box and they start pooping and peeing there. It's hard to deter them from peeing in that spot. A good tip for that is to just add another litter box there. They've chosen that spot. They like peeing and pooping there, so you may as well make it a permanent solution where they're allowed to poop and pee there, so they have options. They might like it for some specific reason, like it might be a corner, which they prefer peeing and pooping in corners because then they are protected. No one can sneak up behind them while they're, you know, doing their business, because that's a very vulnerable position for them as prey animals. There's plenty of videos of how to litter train your rabbits, and honestly, if they're still not litter trained after you tried all of those tips, you might just have a case of very territorial rabbits like mine. If you didn't know already, rabbits are non-verbal communicators. That means that they don't make any noise. Their primary forms of communication are nipping, nudging. In the case of claiming territory, it's pooping and peeing and chinning. Basically, when rabbits poop all over the place, they're saying, this place is mine, this is mine, I like this place, this is my house.
They left some little poops by you guys, how cute. Look, they want to say that's mine, that's mine.
You'll find that with your rabbit, they might poop on soft surfaces or pee on soft surfaces because they really want it to smell like them. It's like a dog peeing on every tree that they see when they're on a walk. As you can see, the rabbits love their little playpen area. They like to poop all around this, not just in the litter box, because they're like, this is my house, and I'm happy that they like their little area, but it's not cute in the slightest. So I always do clean it up before I give them their breakfast. Don't feel bad if you look around and there's some poops around. It'll always be that way, and I've never expected my rabbits to be perfect with their litter training. I know Cookie is perfect with it, but these two aren't, especially Milky, who's very territorial. And they've always been that way since they were babies. They were always very territorial. They love to claim what's theirs. And you'll find that a lot with a group of rabbits as well, that they like to reclaim their territory over and over again. Like, yeah, this is my spot. They're not very good at sharing, I guess. I think they'll tolerate each other, but they'll still kind of stamp their foot and be like, no, this is my house. So yeah, you'll get a lot of that, especially if you have more than one rabbit. So to answer the question, how do you perfectly litter train your rabbits? The answer is you don't. Then finish up my hard job of sweeping up the poop and picking up the little tiny bits of hay by sending my Roomba to clean the rest. A lot of people were discouraged when I showed off this poop, but there's nothing I can do. This is legit what happens when I wake up, and I just clean it and I deal with it. And yeah, I just really want you guys not to feel bad about, I don't know, the mess, because mess is very normal with rabbits. I think some of us try to hold on to that idea of keeping our pets indoors, but then making it look like a pet doesn't even exist. And I think that's just an unrealistic expectation. Some people ask me about the smell, and honestly, if you just keep on top of it, if you just keep cleaning, there is no smell. I've gotten a lot of comments when people come into my house and they're like, oh, you have rabbits, but it doesn't smell like you have rabbits in here. But it definitely looks like I have rabbits in here. Yeah, that's just on my part because I clean a lot, and it's just up to you. Just know that when you do have rabbits, you do have to clean a lot, and you have to be consistent with it, because that teaches them to start going in their litter box. And I have no problems with the territorial pooping. I just vacuum and there's no problem with it. Their poops are hard pellets, whereas dog poops are basically like human poop, and it's like wet and gross and massive. Yeah, it just looks like little dry little pellets, so I don't mind picking it up. The pee I did have a problem with, and I did my best to try and clean that up and make sure they use their litter box. So now that they are being free roamed, they always go in their litter box when they're peeing. But the pooping, basically you just have to accept your role as their servant and pick up their poops after them. That's it. That's all us intelligent human beings are being reduced to. We're just poop picker-uppers and yeah, and treat dispensers. That's all we are.
Oh, this guy, he's trying to fight Luther, bro.
So yeah, here's me trying to glamorize poop because it is a very normal reality of owning rabbits. They will poop, they will pee, and as does any animal. If you keep a dog inside, they will poop and pee. They may even vomit. So yeah, that's just the reality of owning animals. I don't know why people expect it to not smell like rabbit when they have a rabbit indoors. If you keep a dog indoors, it smells like dog on your couches. You get fur everywhere. So it's just the same as keeping a rabbit inside. I like using the comparison of dogs because dogs are a more accepted animal, and rabbits aren't for some reason. But yeah, thanks for watching. Comment down below if your rabbits are perfectly litter trained, or if not, let me know what your bunnies' litter training habits were like. Did it take long for you to litter train them? Are they still not perfect with it? Or are they immaculate at using their litter box like Mr. Cookie is? To that one person who called me disgusting, this is just the reality. I'm not gonna hide it from anyone. Just so you know, I do clean up every morning, or I just happen to be filming when I've already cleaned. Yeah, no one wants to see all this poop. I know I don't like it, so yeah, I'll just go clean it up now.